Hello everyone, Carson here back on Sudoku on New York Times. Today is August 9th, 2024. Let's start today's hard Sudoku. Alright, I see that these 9s point down and this cell sees another 9. So in block 7, the digit 9 is forced into this cell. These 4s, they point up. These 7s points down and this cell sees another 7. So in block 7, the digit 7 is forced into this cell. This 2 points left, and now that 9 and 7 occupy these two cells, I can force the digit 2 into column 1 in block 7. These 2s here, they're hidden, but 2s are guaranteed to be in column 1 for block 7. So these 2s here points up, with this 2 pointing left. The digit 2 is forced into row 3 in block 1, and then these 2s points right, and this cell sees another 2. Okay, these 5s points left. These 5s points up, and this cell sees another 5. These 6s points up, and this cell sees another 6. This 3 points down, and this 3 points right. So in block 8, the digit 3 is forced into column 4, and then these 3s force the digit 3 into this cell in block 5. After that, I can force the digit 3 into this cell in block 4. And then these 3s point up, this cell sees another 3, so in block 1, the digit 3 is forced into this cell. These 3s points right. Okay, after 3 occupy this cell, I can force the digit 4 into this cell in block 1. This 8 points left, and now 3 and 4 occupy these cells. I can force the digit 8 into row 1 in block 1, and then these 8s force the digit 8 into one of these two cells in block 2. This 6 points left. So in block 4, the digit 6 is forced into one of these two cells, and these two cells form a 5-6 pair. Because in block 4, the digits 5 and 6 are still missing, and these 3 open cells see 5 and 6 in the same row. So both 5 and 6 can only go into the other 2 open cells remaining. And therefore all other digits are eliminated. Because in order to fit both 5 and 6 into block 4, they have to go into these two cells, or in other words, these two open cells are reserved for 5 and 6 only. So all other digits are eliminated from these two cells. Now, the other 3 open cells then form a triple of 1, 2, and 8. This cell sees another 1. Oh, but this cell also sees 2 from block 7. So this cell cannot be 1 or 2, so it has to be 8, leaving a 1-2 pair in the other 2 cells. These 8 points right, and this cell sees another 8. Okay, in column 1, the missing digits are 2, 5, and 6, but this cell sees 5 and 6. So the other two cells contain 5 and 6, and this cell must be a 2. The missing digits of block 7 are 5, 6, and 8. This cell sees 5. Okay, so in row 7, 8 is a missing digit. This cell sees 8, and this cell also sees 8. So in row 7, the digit 8 is forced into one of these two cells. Oh, this 6 points left. Ah, I missed the 6. Okay, so it makes it easier now, because these two open cells, C, 2 and 6. And 2 and 6 are still missing digits of block 1. So 2 and 6 have to go into the other two open cells in block 1. Because these two cells, C, 2 and 6. So this 2-6 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells. Because we have to fit both 2 and 6 into these two cells. So nothing else can go into these two cells, because they are part of the 2-6 pair. That makes the other two cells a 1-8 pair. Okay, now 6 in this cell is eliminated, because it sees the 6 from the 2-6 pair. So now this cell cannot contain 6 with these 6's. They force the digit 6 into this cell in block 2. 6 here, and this 6 points right. This cell sees another 6. Okay, I do notice that this cell sees an 8. So in block 7, the digit 8 is forced into row 9. And this 8 points down, and this cell also sees the 8 from block 7. So in block 8, the digit 8 is forced into row 8. Hmm. Um, not sure what I'm missing here. Okay, let's fill out some rows or columns, because I'm really not seeing much to do with. Let's look at row 5 and think about the missing digits. So there are 5 open cells left. There's a 1-2 pair, meaning that the other 3 open cells form a triple of 4, 7, and 9. I don't think I can make any deductions from that, so yeah, 4, 7, 9 it is. Um, let's look at row 3. There are 6 open cells in row 3. We have a 2-6 pair, meaning that the other 4 open cells contain the missing digits 1, 5, 7, and 9. This cell sees 5 and 9, so it must be 1 or 7 only. This cell sees 5 and 7, so it can only contain either 1 or 9. Oh, I see it. Okay, so in row 2, the digits 3, 5, and 7 points left. I mean points right. Sorry, left, right. Right. But anyway, these three open cells see 3, 5, and 7 in the same row, and this cell also sees 3, 5, and 7 from column 9. And if you look at block 3 again, you will notice that 3, 5, and 7 are still missing digits, and cannot go into these four open cells. So only 3 open cells are available for these 3 digits, 3, 5, and 7. So they actually form a triple and eliminates all other digits from these 3 cells. Because once again, these 4 open cells cannot contain 3, 5, and 7 because they see those digits. And in order to fit all 3, 5, and 7 into block 3, they have to go into these 3 open cells, or in other words, these 3 open cells are reserved for 3, 5, and 7 only. And therefore, all other digits are eliminated from this triple. Now, the other 4 open cells in block 3 which are not part of the triple contain the missing digits 1, 2, 4, and 9. 1, 2, 4, and 9. Hmm. Oh, but now, yeah, so this cell, this 4 points right, and 4 cannot go into the 3, 5, 7 triple. So in block 3, the digit 4 is forced into row 2. Now, in column 5, 4 is still a missing digit. This cell sees the 4 from block 3, this cell sees 4, and this cell also sees 4. So in column 5, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. And then the other missing digits of column 5 are 1, 7, and 8. This cell sees 7. Alright, so 1, 7, 8 like this. So these 4s force the digit 4 into one of these 2 cells in block 2. Um, okay, let's fill out the missing digits in row 1. So there are 6 open cells left. We have a 1/8 pair, meaning that the other 4 open cells contain the digits 3, 4, 5, and 7. These 2 cells, C3, so they only contain 4, 5, or 7. And this also sees 5. Oh, wait, I noticed something. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, wait, I did find out that, um, okay, so I see 2 things. I'll go over both of them, just so you know what tricks to see if you ever encounter something similar. So 5 and 6 must like in this cell either contains 5 or 6. Can't be anything else, right? And 5 or 6, like how do I explain this? Okay, if this is a 5, then this 5 with this 5 points right and force the digit 5 into this cell in block 9. If this was a 5. If this were a 5, then these 5s point right, and the result is that in block 9, the digit 5 is forced into this cell. Or, if this were a 6, then these 6s point right, and in block 9, the digit 6 is forced into this cell. So, whether, like, no matter if this is a 5 or 6, that digit will end up being into this cell. It will end up in this cell. So, yeah, if this is a 5, then this cell becomes a 5. If this is a 6, then this cell becomes a 6. Nothing else, no other digits can go into this cell. Because if I were to put, let's say, a 3. Okay, so if this was a 5, then where do I put a 5 into block 9? Similarly, if this is a 6, then where do I put 6 in block 9? I can't. So this cell actually can only contain 5 or 6 because it forms a chain with this cell because it lines up. Both 5 and 6 line up the same way. So this cell actually must be 5 or 6 only. So now in row 9, there's a 5, 6, 8 triple. Another thing that I see is that earlier, I found out that in block 7, because this cell sees 8, it has to go in row 9. And these 8 point right with this 8 pointing down. The digit 8 is forced into row 8 in block 8. Okay, so 8 goes here, ignoring the 1 and 7. And then, these 2s and 7s are also forced into row 8 in block 8. So these 3 cells actually form a 2, 7, 8 triple. Okay, this cell actually cannot contain 2. Okay, so actually this cell can never be a 1. So now this one points right. 1 cannot go into the 2, 7, 8 triple, so in block 8, the digit 1 is forced into this cell. And then these 2 cells form a pair of 3 and 4. You can also look at row 9 and said that there's a 5, 6, 8 triple, meaning that the the 2 open cells remaining that are not part of the triple form a pair of 3 and 4. But this cell sees 3, so I can place 4 and 3 like this. Okay, now, these 4s point up and this cell sees another 4, so in block 2, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. Now this cell sees 3 and 5, so among these 3 cells, this cell must be a 7. Now 7 is eliminated from these 2 cells, and now in this triple, the digit 7 is forced into this cell. These 3s point right, and this cell sees another 3. Actually, these 3 cells form a triple for this row. 3, 4, and 8 are the missing digits of row 7. Okay, so I see that these 4 cells contain the digits 1, 5, 6, and 9 to make up block 9, right? 1, 5, 6, 9. But this cell sees 5 and 6. So this cell can only contain either 1 or 9. And if you look at column 9 again, there are 2 open cells which can only contain 1 or 9. So these 2 cells actually form a 1-9 pair and eliminate 1s and 9s from all other open cells in this column. because only 1 and 9 can go into these two cells, so they have to be kept in those two cells. Otherwise, we would have an empty cell if I put 109 elsewhere. So 1 and 9 have to be kept in these two cells, or in other words, the other 3 open cells must contain the other missing digits of this column. So we have a 1-9 pair and a 2-4-8 triple. This cell C4. So yeah, 1-9 pair and a 2-4-8 triple in column 9. Okay, now after I place this 4, it occupied one of the 2 cells possible for 5. So in block 2, the digit 5 is now forced into this cell. Okay, this cell now cannot contain 7. The missing digits of block 2 are 1, 8, and 9. But these 2 cells, C9. So it is forced into this cell in block 2. And then these 9s point right to force the digit 9 into this cell in block 3, which makes this a 1. Okay, now these 3 cells form a 1, 2, 4 triple. This cell sees 1. And now this cell, or I can just say this cell sees 8, so I can place the 1 and 8 like this. Okay, these 3 open cells are 4, 5, 6, and 9. Okay, this cell is a 7 to complete this column. Which then makes this a 2 and this an 8. In column 4, 7 is still a missing digit, but this cell sees 7. So 7 has to go into the other open cell, and this cell is a 9. In column 6, 1 and 2 are the missing digits. In row 4, there are 5 open cells. We have a 5-6 pair. So the other 3 open cells contain the missing digits, 1, 2, and 7. Where these 2 cells see another 7. So in row 4, the digit 7 is forced into this cell. Oh, all 7s are placed, okay. This is also 1 or 2 for these 2 cells, but this cell sees 2. So I can place 1 and 2 like this. And now this cell sees 1 and 2. So among these 3 cells, this cell must be a 4. Which makes this 2 and 1, 8, 4, 3, 8. Yeah, I'm just following the markings around because all the markings are logic that I previously found. And logic won't change, okay? So, yeah, the markings that are correct are quite accurate. Okay, so now this cell sees 2, so I can mark 6 and 2 like this. And then, yeah, now this cell sees 3, 5 and 3. These 2 cells now see 5, so I can place 5 into this cell in block 9, which makes this 6, 5, 6, 6, 2. Okay, yeah, if you do the markings correctly, then you should have no problem following the markings around, unless you made a mistake in the markings. Alright, so I completed today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in 23 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, so there were indeed some tricky spots in today's Sudoku, but I did take some time explaining. I did take some time doing the explanation, so it might have increased the time taken for this puzzle, but honestly, I don't mind. As long as you find this video useful and informative, I'm happy. Alright? I'm satisfied if this video helps you. So I'll go over the key spots again. So yeah, all the pairs and triples are essential because they are definitely a required skill for hard Sudokus. So all the pairs and triples, especially the 3, 5, 7 triple in block 3, the 357 triple in block 3. And then I feel like the ones that are important are the 568 triple in in row 9, the 568 triple in row 9, or the 278 triple in block 8. The 278 triple in block 8. So I think if you spot either one of those, you're gonna spot both, I think. Um, but yeah, it's good to know that both of them exist, you know? Okay, so, and then at the end, I feel like the 1-9 pair and the 2-4-8 triple in column 9 helped a bit, but I'm not sure if you were not to see that, you might have still progressed. Like, I'm not sure, but this is what I saw, and I found it a bit useful, so might as well tell you anyway. So yeah, I think these were the key spots for this Sudoku puzzle, especially this 357 triple in block 3. So yeah, that is it. If you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you and help you in any way. Hopefully this video helped. Today is August 9th, 2024. See you all in tomorrow's New York Times Hard Sudoku Solve. Bye!